Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast, where I clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity and practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, now, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Carlson Brooks. I guess we have mentioned this before a few times throughout the podcast and such like that. And I'm on my weight loss journey and such like that. So, we have mentioned it a lot, but I have to talk about it again. Something that I've realized we're talking about going to the gym. The next thing I want to talk about is when I realized the overall topic I want to talk about is following trends. Because going to the gym, the gym is the best way to kind of explain the following trend saga, which I see, which I can say it's one of those things. Don't follow the trends, bro. Don't follow the trends. If it's right for you, maybe, but sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it's not worth it. But what I realize is the new intake now is going to the gym. The new intake now is going to the gym. And it makes you wonder, bro, that this generation, we have reached a generation of being out of shape. We have reached a generation of being out of shape where, going to the gym is what makes it wild that going to the gym with woman goes to the gym to the point where women are no professionals in it. It's not disrespect to females or whatnot, but to show you how far we have come, Because I was a person prior to now, the most that I weighed was 145 pounds. I was play sports and such, and I was not rich, so I never got to eat. We never eat in excess. We just eat what we can, and I guess that allowed me to. I never really allowed me to gain weight and such like that. And I guess coming soon is the episode about how what I've done to lose my weight is coming soon, as I've reached below the 200-pound mark, so you can expect that really soon. But it's one of those things, I see on Twitter and what these things here, people talking about leg day, arms day, and such like that. My first time going to the gym when I actually paid. I went to the gym for the first time twice. That don't make any sense, but you have to understand. So the first time I actually went to a gym, no lie, 3 times. I went to the gym for the first time 3 times. So I'm going to explain. So the first time I went to the gym, we were doing basketball, and we were trying to, and the coach at the time said, okay, you want to do some gym work like the track and field people, so we can gain weight and muscle and such like that, so we can become stronger. When I actually went to the gym, I could not lift the bar of the weight, the thing that people do like deadlifts and such like that. I could not lift the bar. The bar weighs 75 pounds, and I could not lift the bar. No, lie. I could only lift the bar. That's what I could. I could not lift the bar with any of the weights on it. That's how weak I was. So that was the clear indication that gym wasn't for me, and I leave the gym from there. The next time now was, I mentioned before in a previous episode, when in university now, where basically one of my friend now taking up himself. He was not big as well. He was slim like me. But all of a sudden, this guy, get his protein shake and such, and start going to the gym and start getting buff and what's that. I did not be I usually do the same course until third year. So this man it come and say, okay, now me, I should go to the gym as well, and I hated it. Why? Because as I said, when I was at the university, I had to cook for myself, either cook or buy food for myself, and I was poor, bro. I was poor, so basically, some of those days I went to the gym, I ate nothing, and I could not really buy nothing to eat. So I was just training and going to the gym on a hungry bread, and that never made any sense. That really made any sense. That would have made it. So the third time, or the first time, you would have heard I talk about it in the podcast. When I actually paid for the gym. So this was in the real world now. When I actually paid for a gym membership and actually go and went in there. And this time was better because I had a person that worked at the gym was a personal trainer that actually teach me about the stuff. Teach me about the stuff and teach me about what ideally I should be doing to lose weight and such. You'd know from one of the episode would be named the first day I went to the gym, or gym first day or something like that. And that was pretty good, even though it was hard at work because the premises have to burn like 1,500 calories or something like that per gym because per day basically you eating you consume a lot of calories, so I had to be burning a lot to make sure that I lose weight. So that's basically my 3 first time experiences. But what I've realized is, over time, is one of those things where you'll know. So back to the overall topic where I kind of say following trends. When you go into something, you're going as an amateur. So going to the gym, I'm going in as an amateur. I still technically will be an amateur because I really don't like the gym and such like that. And you'll see these people that these not amateur people that made it their lifestyle. I'll be like, if their whole essence is being a gym. So like how I would more likely try to make my essence about science. The more essence in our aim would be around gym. The whole terminology and about gym, getting buff, having that gym body, and all these things that come with gym. And that's the thing. But if you remember from my career, or if you love your career, I always say you don't want to make your own life surrounded up around one thing. I don't want it to, so you don't center your life around being at the gym. If your whole thing is around looking buff and whatnot, there's a lot of other area of life that you'll be missing out. And this I won't say it. I will say it out part because I can't really prove it or not. Yeah. So, but that's the thing. You can't really the old gym, this old gym saga now that we're in. Everybody coming out of Corona, mostly unfit, and now we are this unfit saga where, it's this whole gym phenomenon. And the funniest thing about it is seeing how gym was originally a male dominated space where basically, they go and do their thing, but see me witnessing women becoming the pros. And the first time I went to the gym in the real world, when I bought the gym membership, the trainer was a woman. So as I said, woman taking over the space, and it's a thing to see. It's a thing to see. There's nothing wrong or negative about it. It's one of those things where I realize that, uh, sometimes I don't. That's one thing. Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, that's one of the reasons I don't really like to follow the trends. Ideally, what I want, ideally, get this pile of money and then build the life that I want. And just invite people. Then I just live my life. But everywhere that I go, there's you. Everywhere that I go, you have to really deal with these people that made their lifestyle, and you have to deal with them. So basically, you know, me doing science and going through, you see all these people, you see the people that don't really love the career and knows that it's not really an easy career to actually be fruitful in, but just take it on, and then when the negative side come, it's like it's like you're saying, bro, this was the outcome. Like science, like this whole corona experience, bro. Yo, I know a lot of science people. I've gone through the science field. And you're telling me, bro, that none of them really had no idea how to deal with this corona situation so much that so many people has died from this. Yeah, but it's a little rambling episode. I just have to get it off my head that following trends is not ideal. The main essence that I want to get across is that you want to build your own lifestyle. You don't want to, there's a gym and fit culture now. I don't want it to be one of those persons because it's the thing to be fit. I want it to have your lifestyle. That's the main essence. You want to have your own lifestyle. And what I've realized on this journey is that there are people that come in that are trying to disrupt and trying to everything that there's a thing to, they want to put their hands in. Like for example, what I said, the politicizing of your career. Where basically everywhere you turn, the government want to put their hand into something. So basically, it can't really fully flourish because they have these government people that always put their hands in it that basically don't know nothing about it. Like, and give an example. Government in Jamaica, the government taking on reggae. When if you were to look at it, most of these reggae people are saying burn out the government. Because so the government is taking out reggae song as their way to brand Jamaica. But majority of these reggae artists are saying, yo, burn you guys, we don't like you, we don't associate you, want to be our own thing, but but the government, always have to want to be in everything, and think that this corona situation, they want to be in the corona situation, so they take it up, and we see all these government people turning idiots. It's like when none of them actually do science in their life, and all of a sudden they are corona experts. So yeah, so this is a basic rambling. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything to gain from this episode. Just the main thing is, really look at the trends that people look at the things that are happening and really see if you want to follow that trend or be different. Sometimes you don't need to go to the gym. You just need to do some of those exercises at home, which what I've done now, and I've really lose a lot of the weight by being at home. And the reason why I'm being at home is because of the situation that caused me where I'm at, it's better for me to train at home, not go to the gym. Oh, and I know how that come. No, I think the episode that will have more value. I saw the thing that came to my mind. So basically, this gym culture, you know. So basically, what happens is because of this get fit, everybody wants to be fit. Everybody spend their money to buy a gym membership, then go to the gym to work out, and women and men, to work out. When previous to that, previous to that, they were pretty fit. They were pretty able to keep their weight and whatnot. All of a sudden, everybody has to buy a gym membership, go to the gym to get fit. Majority of us don't really need to go to the gym. We just need to be at home, maybe have a dumbbell or something like that, or get a proper routine from someone to start losing weight. So that's one of the main things what I want to say. Where people following trend, you spend unnecessary money to try to keep up with the standards of the world, and you don't realize that it may not be the thing that will help you to get you to where you want. So that's it basically for this episode. And look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter @ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
About another university experience. I'll talk about the preparation before the exam, like one of the exams. Let me actually look for the title, because because so the title is I almost couldn't enter exam because I couldn't find, I think it was my ID, because so basically the story goes like this. So when at university, you get the ID and such, and you need the ID to actually go into the exam, because it's used to identify and such like that. And the examination centers are usually, so I live on dorm, so there are various